Hi, Geek. Hello. I thought I'd set it for 10:30, and then when I came back to the desk, it said I'd set it for 10:20. So I'm just going to put the usual headwear on. Oh, sorry, I'm a few minutes late. I honestly thought I'd set it for 10:30, not 10:20. So I just, yeah. Um, hello to the lurkers. Thank you for sticking with me for the few minutes I was late. Yeah. I hope everyone's going well. Hi, Renee. Hi, Straw. Hey, Sharon. How are you? I popped in and watched a little bit of Ron earlier. And Ron with Melinda and Michelle. It's great to see those ladies taking such great strides. And hi, Anne. How are you? How are you feeling, my dear? Now, Russia signed a deal with Ukraine over the grain, and then promptly went and bombed Odessa, which is like one of the three main ports. So that really does tell you how much that agreement was worth. It's vital. That grain is vital for other areas of the world as well. Hi, Aria Song. So I've got my headlines up over here. Oh, it's a kangaroo court, Trump backers say. You want a kangaroo court, buddy? Come down here. See what we do to you. Hi, Marjo. Downloading 100 CDs to your iPod. Okay. Been to an auction. I'm still wondering whether you guys would like me to continue doing Saturday night your time, or I can move to Sunday morning. It's getting very crowded out there, isn't it? And yeah. If you're happy for me just starting a little bit later, as I have been, I can continue to do Sunday morning my time, Saturday night yours. Yeah. Okay. Apparently it's 10 years. The other day it was 10 years till the Brisbane Olympics. That's going to be interesting to watch. If Ukraine attacks Crimea, Russia is threatening a doomsday. Okay. Hi, Celtic Seer. How are you, my dear? So there's so much going on. Again, I thought I'd set it for 10:30. Came back to the desk and saw that I'd set it for 10:20. So I was a few minutes late. So, yeah. Sri Lanka. What's the future going to look like for the next few months there? Hi, Tracy Ralph. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're 4 hours ahead of me. So, like, if I moved it to 8 o'clock at night, it'd be midnight over in New Zealand. So, yeah, um, yeah. So, um, hubby's here today. Um, yeah, that is a good question. South Pacific. Oceania with the Chinese wave of influence. There are some people, some South Pacific nations resisting it. They're not happy. Anne says hello.
Hi, how's it
Anne
going?
from New Zealand. And the
Oh,
fur
okay.
babies are fine. They're both, they're both enjoying spots in the sun. It's
Whitby's getting a bit old,
yeah, he's out in the sun. He's outside the window here. I can see him
which is good.
really enjoying the sun.
He plays in the rain when it's a
I
thunderstorm.
know he loves it. Oh my God, we come in and he's wet, and we're like, Whippy, you can't do that. But I don't think he gets wet through anymore, which is good. It's only his outer coat that gets wet, but
He's an
still.
old dog and he plays in the rain.
Well, he's a young dog at heart. Oh, Dennis Waterman has died. Baby?
Oh?
Dennis Waterman.
Oh.
Yeah. That's a shame. Wonderful actor. He was in a series called Minder, and also he was in The Sweeney as well, I think, with John Thor. And Turkey wants to know who attacked the report. Russia are denying it. Did Russia do it? I suppose it's okay to say, oh yeah, they turned around and immediately did it, but we should explore that with an objective mind. But yeah. I wonder when the new Prime Minister is going to be chosen for the UK. It's supposed to cool down in Iowa. Yeah, I think it's cooling down in Europe and Great Britain too. So, yeah, it's so anyway, let's make a start.
There you go, kid.
There you go. Thank you very much for the coffee.
Oh, thanks.
Coffee. Okay. So let's have a look at how things are supposed to go. What we might do is have a look at the situation in an atomized area in Oceania. With is the Chinese wave of influence? Are they going to is the Chinese attempt? Are the Chinese attempts to influence and South Pacific countries in the South Pacific, the Pacific Ocean Forum and all that, is that going to increase? And will it increase? And we've got one. They're going to throw every arsenal they have into influencing the Pacific island nations. But there's been quite a bit of dissent lately. Kiribati has pulled out of the Pacific Islands Forum over their pick for the CEO or head of the forum not being chosen. Hi, Karen Hardinge. Human Generic, hi. The Eight of Pentacles. They are continuing to try, but they're not as up to speed on the Pacific Islands as they think they are. Just because one corrupt government has let them get a foothold in doesn't mean any others will. And the fact of the matter is that a lot of these nations can ignite very, very quickly. And I think Japan, China thinks they can go in and just say, well, we can send you lots of people really quickly to help quell that. But I don't know that is and they think they'll get that foothold in and then won't go. So their details are, and the fact is that they're fuzzy on the details as well with a lot of these agreements that they want these islands to sign. So will their influence in the South Pacific area, the Oceania area, increase? There's quite a few leaders have lent an ear to them, but a lot of them are not convinced, and they've let them know before that. What can be done? So will China successfully increase its sphere of influence to all Pacific Island nations? Judgment. It's quite easy to say, oh, yes, that's a yes card. But it's also people waking up and listening and hearing the bells. So and being quite capable of making their own judgments.
How's Anne in New Zealand, baby?
She's getting better. She's had COVID, Bubby.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Hi, Teresa Balthazar. Hi, Crazy Cat Lady Barley. So, look, they're going to have there's still a few areas where they're going to gain some influence, but a lot of these countries see this as a quick way of improving infrastructure. But yeah. So we certainly should not be. Should Australia, New Zealand, should we do more, the US, to counteract this wave? And 6 of Cups. Yes, we've got to renew. We've got to go in and renew deals. Go back, look at the deals that we've made, renew them, update them. Penny Wong's been doing a lot in the Pacific recently, and she's not going to stop. She's, I think for her, coming to some sense of agreement with the Chinese, but also keeping the Chinese out of the Pacific any more than they're there, is part of her main goals at the moment. So,
Hey, Chris.
Yes, babe.
One of the Solomon Islands just go their own way and say, no, we don't want China?
Yep. Mm-hmm. I think more will follow. So is there so the warning bells are really are ringing. Yes, these are fragile economies, and in recent years they've been let down. Well, a lot of them are built on tourism as well. So so ways in which, so if people say, oh, we'll come in and build some ports so we can have some ships resting there, or as, and then paying port fees and things like that. Yeah, that's attractive, how, so I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to take so yeah, they've got everything they need to do it. It's just a matter of will they? How big of an influence will China become in the Indo-Pacific region, or in the Oceania region? Hi, Randy. They've already got some influence in Indonesia and Southeast Asia, of course. But how big of an influence? Queen. A larger influence, quite a bit of an influence, where their judgment is going to be, or their but it's not a king. So it's not going to be as big of an influence as being able to direct policies and everything. So there is going to be more influence from the Chinese. But that big influence, that influence of a king in guiding and directing. So this is more of an influence in trade, I think. But that big in being able to direct the policies and everything for the whole area to where they want them to go, they don't quite get there. But there will be more interaction. Will 45 be successful in leaving the country to avoid prosecution? Let's have a look. I'm going to try visualization. Got him in the beast, or in his own little beast. Driving along and I'm going to the airport. Oh, there's a roadblock. Let's go around this way. Driving around, ducking and weaving, trying to fool people. It's like they've got all entrances to the airport blocked, and he can't get into the airport no matter how many different ways he tries. Hi, Patricia Francino. So we're going to try a boat. It's like he's going to try. He's going to try. Is he going to try and skip the country? Try and skip the country. Yes, he is. He's going to try and skip the country. Is he going to succeed? Seven of Pentacles. He's got everything laid in place. He's done a lot of work to get everything set up, and it looks like it's going to come off, but that's just a minor arcana. So we said he's definitely going to try, and he's laid all the groundwork for it. So he should succeed, but will he succeed? Justice. No, I don't think he will. He's definitely going to try. Hi, Chris Barton. These Secret Service agents are going to be swapped out. Hi, Danelle Hagen. The Secret Service is going through a bit of a every agent above a certain level is being checked, rechecked, double checked, interviewed. Definitely. Yeah. So yeah, he's I just see him circling, and I just think he doesn't like boats. He doesn't like boats. I think he gets he doesn't like boats, so he'll only go on a boat if he absolutely has to. But yeah, it's like I get him trying to get to. He can't even. I used to be able to see him getting to the plane and being stopped from getting on the plane. Now I can't even see him getting into the airfield or whatever it is. So some people, yeah, he's definitely going to try, but right. So let's look at what happened in Odessa. Was the bombing of the port in Odessa, was it Russia? Okay, so God, the highest truth and compassion. bombing of the in Odessa. Hi, J-Cat lady. And hello to all my lovely lurkers and to everybody who watches later on and chooses to watch my videos at a later date. That really is appreciated every single time. And thank you. And please remember to leave a thumbs up, leave a comment if you like. I do try and read through comments and all that. It might take me a while. And yeah, show your thanks. It's yeah. Thank you very much for your continued support. Did Russia bomb the port at Odessa? Eight of Pentacles. That's a yes. But they didn't do as they did a lot of damage, but it was like a Four of Wands. And they're congratulating themselves. I don't think they did a lot to really try and hurt, and it was very shoddy. Now Erdogan is demanding answers. And there's people celebrating about this. Erdogan set up the deal. Did Russia lie to Erdogan? That's the world. A shift in their place. That's a big yes. It's like Russia using Turkey to get themselves into a better position for something. So there's more to come out from. Will other ports in Ukraine, there's two other major ports in Ukraine. Will they be in danger? That's the Five of Wands. Definitely there's going to be more conflict stoked over it. The Hierophant. A thinking outside the box sort of thing. Yeah, subterfuge. Definitely. Yeah, it's definitely. We haven't seen the end of this. Now, Russia's saying, blah, 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 Ukraine better not attack the Crimea. I don't know if they've threatened to attack the Crimea, but no. So, let's have a look at Putin's health. Let's have a look at Putin's health, will we? What is going on with Putin's health? Five of Wands, again, conflict. Back wounded. Continuing battle. He's battling his health. What else we got? The Hangman. Suspended in time. He's going to have an operation. Like he's going to be suspended in time. Where he's where he's not going to be. I don't think they're going to have a choice. I think there's a big health emergency coming up with him, and he will have to be operated on. Justice. Well, you don't want to wish bad on anyone. Basically, his health, I just see this as him being under anaesthetic. Hi, Yvonne White. Hi, Geek. Yeah, I just got, when I was just reading, glancing over Geek's comment down the bottom there, that bridge from Crimea to Russia is a prime target. When I saw the bridge from Crimea to Russia, I just got an image, a very quick image of a bridge and flames, like cartoon, like crack up. So I think it's going to be bombed or something, destroyed. But anyway, back to Putin's health. This is like he's losing the battle. You know, what I'm reminded of here, especially with this one, is those ports that people get when they're getting chemotherapy and other things for cancer. Women have them for breast cancer and stuff, and where all the needles are plugged in, where they stay in. That's what I'm reminded of here. This also reminds me of like a spine. I'm wondering if he's got bone cancer of some sort. But anyway, here it's just like he's suspended in time, like under anesthesia. And then there's a bit of a balancing. Well, for a very good point from the strategic point of view, it would cut off road traffic, not air or ship, but you just said the bridge too, it was just like bang, I got a quick flash of an image. So it'd be interesting to see that, what happens with that bridge. Yeah. Hi, Yvonne White. Yeah, if I've missed anyone, it's just because I haven't seen your name. Patricia Francino, hello. Yeah. So I don't think his health is very good. But you know what? There's not going to be an immediate downing of tools or anything. It's not going to just suddenly stop overnight. It would be really eerie if it did. Well, here's the thing. If someone who thinks they're indestructible, they can continue on and on and on, even if they're really sick. Hi, Simply Joan. Oh, thank you, my dear. Let's have a look. I'll continue with these cards. Let's have a look at Sri Lanka. Has the new Sri Lankan president, Vikramasinghe, is cracking down on protesters. He has chosen a new prime minister, and the first thing he's doing is cracking down on protesters. Will the world agencies put him on notice. Is he going to be put on notice for that? I've just got like people like the IMF. He's got to talk to them about getting loans. The UN about getting help. Will they put him on notice? What's the next few months going to be like? So we'll go the next. I think what we might do is revisit Sri Lanka every month or so. So starting now, we'll have a look the last couple of weeks of July and August. Okay, so the next 6 odd weeks. What are they going to be like for Sri Lanka? So the situation, the general situation, justice. Now, they feel like, yes, some justice has happened, but justice is a double-edged sword. And while the justice they wanted in getting rid of the Rajapaksa family, it's good, one of their cronies has basically brought himself into the presidency. And so the two sides of justice are showing there at the moment, getting rid of somebody who's low, but getting somebody in who is not necessarily best and is showing his hand by cracking down on protesters. What is the challenge then for the people of Sri Lanka? How is this going to be handled? What is the challenge for the people of 9 of Wands? They're going to have to be vigilant. This guy's not much better than his predecessor. He just doesn't have access to all of the money that. So we've got the 9 of Wands, the shield. And so the protesters are going to have to be vigilant. The opposition people, they're going to have to be vigilant. They're going to have to ensure. This is another thing about it's a thing with pentacles as well. Pentacles, even though this is a wand, pentacles are often presented as a shield as well for security. So there's going to be a need for extra security around the place. But who for? Keeping security within the nation is going to be a challenge. But what is the advice? The Empress. Let the people speak. This is the voice of the people. You know, often when I'm talking about the US, the Empress is the voice of the people, America's votes. Hi, Bora 333. Hi, Fern. Thank you. Thank you, Simply Joan. The advice for him is do not suppress people for too. Okay, maybe cracking down on some protests might help in the short term, but long term, that's not going to work. And he's got to realize that. What is so this? We're just looking for the next till the end of August, mind here, for Sri Lanka. So where does focus need to be? 7 of Pentacles. Doing the work to rebuild things. It's interesting because this 7 of Pentacles, it's got handcuffs with flowers on it. It's an interesting. It needs to be on doing the work to rebuild trust with the people and maintain that balance between order and peace, which is really interesting because that's the image. What I'm getting from the image, order is the handcuffs and peace is the flowers. So they've really got to, and they've got to learn to get it right. How will Sri Lanka be at the end of August? What? They'll be starting on a new journey here with the full change. They'll be ready for some change. That's not a bad card. That's a major arcana card. One more. And the Nine of Pentacles. It will be in a better place. Here he is, the sun coming out. There's the sunflower. So it'll be in a better place to move on from, which the Nine of Pentacles is good. They've got everything in the garden that's needed. The hawk is under control. Homes. So things will have improved economically and all that by then. Now, I'm not sure, but I think they're going to have to hold new elections because this election, this president was just elected via a vote of the parliament. So I'll ask a yes or no question. Will Sri Lanka hold general elections within the next 12 months, we'll say? Seven of Wands. Cutting through the fence. The sun coming up. The heart. Standing in and setting new boundaries. I think that's a possible yes. Yeah, I think they will. But it's not going to happen immediately. They need time to settle down and get into recovery mode. But I'll tell you what, there's several agencies that are keeping an eye on what is going on, and they've already expressed displeasure with the crackdown on protesters. Good night, Patricia. Thank you for joining us. Who is he? I don't know. A handsome young man, hey? He could be a sergeant at arms. Yeah, the president's in caretaker mode. Yeah, they're going to have elections. Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know who that guy is. I'm wondering who this guy is. We should try and get a picky of him. Yeah, there's so many big things happening that sometimes Myanmar has been, the junta's taken over again. They were not nice people when they took over before. Behind the witnesses and never looks bored. I think he's probably an agent who is there for their protection. Hang on, the Clark Kent of the hearings. Okay, let's see. I'm so curious now. Who is this guy you think I'm talking about? The Clark Kent of the 1-6 hearings. Internet drools. Impossibly handsome mystery man. Let's have a look. Let's see who this guy is. Oh, Clark Kent lookalike. He's Alex Wallet, seen seated behind Matthew Pottinger and Sarah Matthews, Senior 6. Who is he? Impossibly handsome. A 23-year-old medical student from Youngstown, Ohio. 5'10" student, played basketball. He's had to switch his social media accounts to private. He's not single. Poor guy. He's a medical student, apparently. Poor guy. He's not looking happy. I wonder if he was just sitting there, if it was there just for that hearing. I'm getting the idea he was there for Sarah. I think he may be related to her or associated with her in some way. I don't. That's just what I'm getting from the picture. He's like, poor guy. Oh, I mean, give me a moment. Transport me so I can faint at his feet and be revived, please. He's been there through all the different hearings. Interesting. Maybe he's just going there to, I don't know. It's just, he might be there on a rotation, or I don't know. It's just, I'm going to grab that image. Copy image. You can see a calendar in his future. He's not single, but he's not single. Okay, all those who are drooling. I mean, he is definitely, I mean, the shoulders, he's a swimmer. He does swimming. I mean, if he's a medical student, he could just be there, in a volunteer capacity, first aiding or something. Acquiring transporter coordinates now. Well, I don't know if he feels that way. If he's turned all his social media accounts to private, that means he's got, some people just can't help the way they look. I mean, the man is gorgeous, and it's just the way he looks. And yeah. I'm seeing if I can see what's on that badge. Witness. got witness. He's a witness. Witness something. I don't know what the second word is. Goodness me. Is this young man a witness? Let's have a look. Is this young man a witness? Support, maybe? Yeah, I can't read what the second word is on his. That's all we need to know. Less than a superhero. No, he's the boyfriend. Yeah, he is. He's the boyfriend of former president. Well, that's what they're saying. It's really interesting. Is he a witness? Is he not a witness? Is he, is he, there's a lot of people saying he's a medical student. Some are saying he's the boyfriend of Sarah. I do feel that there's some, is he a witness? He doesn't lap up the limelight, but I don't know. Somebody said that he's. Okay. It's definitely something to do with the witness, but is he a witness himself? There's definitely a shift coming in his place in the world. This is a very important time for him, and I don't know that he's all too fond of being. Anyway, he was just sitting there. They've noticed him. They've all gone, "Ooh, look at him." So I don't think we'll invade, but this is a really, really important time in his life. Whoever he is, whether he's a witness or whether he's there to support a witness, I do feel like a draw to Sarah Matthews. So I do think it could be some connection to her, but also he could be a witness in his own right. I don't know, but it's. I didn't even see him, honestly. You've noticed him from the first hearing. Yeah. Has he always been? I don't think he's always been sitting there. I think he might have been around. I mean, Sarah Matthews might have been in because quite a few of the witnesses stay and watch things too. So if Sarah Matthews has been around and he's been around her, I do think there's a connection with her. But I think what we'll do is this is a really, really important time for this young man, whoever he is. And this is a transforming time for him. And he's about to have a big shift in his world. So I think we'll just leave him there and not invade his privacy any longer. Okay. The fact that he's made all his social media accounts private indicates that he's really not comfortable with that level of scrutiny. So having read those two cards, we'll just leave him alone from there. Hi, Teresa. Looks like an informant. Whoever he is cute. Yes. Yeah, I love Sheila Celtic Tarot. My darling Sheila, if you watch this at all, hello, my darling. Put up an 11-second video with Josh Hawley running across the hall. And someone goes, I want to talk to you about God. Sir, don't you run away from the Lord. He's copping a lot of flack for that, and so he should. I didn't even notice him. I did not notice him. And, it was 8 o'clock in the morning or whatever time it was here. I was still a little bit so I drifted in and out a little bit. But honestly, I didn't even notice him there. I had no idea he was there. I didn't notice him at all. Just had a power cut. Oh, rainfall. Yeah. Okay, let's yes, I already have sexy hands to keep me warm at night. Hey, babe. You've got a new name. Yes, he does keep me warm at night. You have a new name, my darling. You've been dubbed. You've been given a new name.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, goodness. What?
Sexy hands.
Oh, that's all right.
Oh, that's all right. He goes, he's like,
I can live with that. It's not right. But, oh, goodness. I got up too far.
Come here, sweetie. No, just so you can see the
Hey, what's that, baby? I thought I was doing well washing the car without pain. Did I just got up too far?
there's this young lad,
Sexy man.
and I didn't even notice him on the hearings the other night, but everybody else did. And the poor guy, he's had to, whoever he is, he was sitting behind, but dead set center of the two witnesses. This guy.
Okay, you're another couple, baby.
Yes, thank you. And
Pass your mic over, please.
And come have a look. You don't have to come on screen to see him. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, and now he was sitting dead center behind the two witnesses, and I didn't even notice him.
He looks a bit like me, doesn't he?
No.
Oh dear. I'm taking that. Oh dear.
I actually was thinking back of a younger photo of you.
What? Oh,
And I
yeah.
think you
Ah.
Harry Styles looks a bit like you
The
did.
pink thing and the other pink thing and that pink thing.
And that pink thing.
Smart.
So now I didn't even.
Broadcasting or what?
Yeah, I didn't even notice him sitting dead set between the two witnesses. He was in full view, apparently, but I didn't. Are you worried about me?
What's that?
I didn't notice him.
Who's that? Oh,
This guy.
I'm not fast enough.
If he'd have been shirtless and I hadn't noticed, would you be worried about me?
I know that you'll always love me and be faithful, so I'm not worried. How's that for an answer?
I'm worried because I didn't notice him.
Oh, I see. Okay.
No, he's not sitting behind the panel who are asking questions. Is there another one? Oh, come on. There can't be. There can't. Apparently there's another Clark Kent sitting behind the panel. This one guy was sitting behind the witnesses. Okay. Settle down. My lasciviousness is lessening in my old age, and I hate that. You mean there's another drop dead gorgeous guy?
Besides me.
You are always drop dead gorgeous, and you have the cutest butt. Hang on. Okay, 1-6 committee. Images. Yeah, apparently this poor guy, he's had to make all his social media accounts private. Which just, I mean, that's...
Right. Let's see.
I mean, I really do feel sorry. You didn't notice him. Well, Sharon, yeah, you didn't notice him. Yeah. There's an older guy with glasses. There's a guy with curly hair, a mop of curly hair sitting behind Adam Schiff. Is that who some people have been noticing? There's a younger guy with a mop of curly hair sitting behind Adam Schiff in a lot of these photos. Yes, we're on Hunk Watch. Hi, Arlene. I haven't said hello to you. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yeah, so there's a cute guy, young guy with curly hair who's sitting behind Adam Schiff most of the time. I think I don't know, but I think there might be a bit of a game of Hunk Watch starting to happen. So maybe during the September hearings we can do. Hi, Deb said hello. How are you, my dear? I haven't seen you for a while. Oh my goodness me.
How bad is the end of COVID in New Zealand?
There's a big wave. You got quite sick, didn't you, Anne? But
Yeah.
there's a big wave going through at the moment.
Yeah,
So.
and got quite sick, so she's over it.
Yeah, she said she's over it. Yeah, she's recovering now. And
yeah.
yeah, so are we going to go for Hunk Watch, are we? It's just...
I get in trouble when I do this. 7 of 9.
No. I don't mind doing a bit of Hunk Watch. You wanted a life-size cardboard cutout of 7 of 9. There's a big difference.
How many years ago was that? And did I really?
Oh, it was about 15, and no, it's still very valid to bring it up.
15 years.
You got a nasty sinus infection from COVID.
Oh no.
Oh, good. Yeah. I've had a sinus infection. Honestly, this side of my face was like all out there. It was so bad. It's up in the Kimberley at the time, working on a cattle station. Thank you. Coffee to keep the straitjackets away.
I hope it patches up fast, eh?
Well, he just said he hoped that you patch up fast. Yeah. Witnesses, picture witnesses, Rosen. Yeah, but imagine gaining so much attention when you're just there to support someone that you have to turn off your social. You have to make your social media accounts private. I mean, yeah. I mean, full credit to him for being there to support someone if that's what he was there. Yeah. But now but yes, we might have fun about saying hunk watch and all that. But these people are really putting themselves out there. They're putting them out there despite threats to themselves and to their families. And just a lot of them would have had a lot of their friends just turn on them, and so despite having fun with things like this, yeah, I love Chris Hayes because he was on Stephen Colbert, and Stephen Colbert asked him, "What do you think the 1-6 committee was saying to Josh Hurley?" When they played that video clip of him running across the hallway, Chris Hayes said it was the 1-6 committee telling him to go F himself. I thought that was so funny. But yeah, despite having a bit of fun with that Adam Kinson, yeah, he is a cutie. With Hunk Watch, a lot of these people have been put through a lot, and they just, they deserve kudos for getting up there and telling the truth. So, yeah. Republican on January 6th committee leaving to explore run for U.S. Senate in Missouri. Oh, good on him as an independent for U.S. Hang on. Officer Fanone, he is the face of the police there, and John Wood is being encouraged to enter the Senate race as an independent, working with as an investigator for leaving his position early. His former. So John Wood, he's working as an investigator for the committee. Investigations through the media. He's looking at running as an independent I think John Wood, I'm just going to ask the question outright, would he be a good asset as an independent? Would he be a good asset to the Senate in general as an independent? Yes, trustworthy. Trustworthy. This is what that says. Will he run? Yeah, I think he is standing up to say no more. That can be seen as a no card, but it can always be seen as someone standing up and saying no more. I'm pushing back. Will he win? Quite possibly. And that doesn't mean there'd be dirty money behind him. That just means there's if he gets the right team, yeah, he'll win. This is about getting the right team. Does the Senate need an independent senator? My view is yes. It's a loss not to have them. Here's the question. Would he be truly independent? Truly bipartisan, independent, non-partisan? Would he be truly non-partisan? Yes. He would support the ideals of being non-partisan, independent, listening to everything properly. But you know what? I think if he does run, he might have a bit of It'll be interesting to see if he does run later. Hi, Shelby, Lisa, Deborah Costro. So, having been diverted by one person, one very cute man with glasses, and to another very nice looking man. I mean, he's not gorgeous or anything, John Wood, but he is quite nice looking. It's like, and he's trustworthy. This is him. If he says he's going to be independent, he's going to be independent. So, yeah. Yes, Steve Bannon got convicted. Will he get more than 30 days? On 2 counts, will he get more than 30 days? It's going to be a good balance. They're going to balance it out so that he doesn't get either extreme. So that's a yes. He will get more than 30 days. That's the minimum. There will be no time served. So let's go 6 months. Well, quite possibly. Yeah, he could get 6 months. That'll be interesting. But he's not being sentenced until October 21. That allows for times for appeals. Will any of his appeals work? Will any of his appeals be successful? I don't think so. No. I don't know that he'll get 2 years. Will he get 2 years? I still think at least 6 months. quite possibly somewhere between 6 months to 2 years. Yep. Oh, that's very nice. That is good. That's really good. And it's good that you can reach out and make amends, and that's that you can reach out and say, okay, that's good. Will there be more of this around the nation? Shelby Lisa's just saying that she's late tonight because she made amends with her Trump supporting neighbours, and I assume that means that you've both said, you know, sorry about things that may have been said or stuff, and you're welcoming their overtures and they're welcoming yours. This is a really important type of healing that needs to undergo. Will there be more instances around the US of what's happened with Shelby Lisa, of neighbours and families re-establishing relationships and starting some healing? There's a bit of apathy about it, but there's that holding out the hand. People are pretty well over it and just want to be able to get on with their lives. And I think a lot of people are realizing that, you know, so a bit of, yes and no, it's a bit of a maybe cup. Maybe returning back to some better relationships that have been the return of some older relationships and old people who there's been separated from. So I do think that there's going to be more of that going on around the US. That doesn't mean that, and some minor celebrations. So yeah, I do feel that that's just starting some small patches of healing, which are going to grow bigger. Justice, you know, and this is really important. You might have been, a lot of people might have been sticking up for a good cause, but that doesn't mean they always acted in the best way. So this balancing of the scales also means that if you've reacted badly or acted badly because of their allegiance towards Trump and all that, it's really important to acknowledge where you've gone wrong too. As Shelby said, not talk politics. They're still Republican, you're still Democrat, or whatever, and you won't talk politics anymore. But it's really important to find that balance. They've changed their minds about him. That doesn't necessarily mean they've stopped being Republican. But, you found that balance before he came along. You can find that balance afterwards. Oh, dear. There's one person killed, 5 injured in a shooting outside a large event in Washington. More shootings. Oh, that's really good. Large event in Washington state. That's awful. 5 others injured. Okay. Yeah, and when they reach out, they've reached back. It's really good that you continued to reach out, even though they shunned you in the past. So that's good. Southern Iran has been hit with a 5.5 magnitude earthquake. Ooh. Okay. Anne, I did not know you could speak. What is that? Is that Gaelic? Or did you put it through a translator? I think a lot of them, it's not just realizing that it's not popular anymore. It's realizing why it is not popular anymore, and it's not just a matter of, well, you know, and exactly what they were supporting, um, and realizing the truth of what they were, you know, behind the lies they were being told and all that. It's that. Author, Wes Moore wins Democratic race for Maryland governor. How will he go? How will Wes Moore go in his race for the governor of Maryland? Let's see. Will he be successful in Maryland? There's a surprise. He's a surprise. He's an inspirational choice. I'm getting. He's an inspirational choice, and he's an inspirational person. Okay. I've never heard of this man before, so I am really doing cold on him. I just saw the headline there. Good. That's good. Maryland governor. That is it's not Biden there. It's evening, calming the waters, bringing back a sense of stability out in the cold. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, because you've got two goods. So out in the cold, or turning people. Okay, I think he's like, it's like these people, they just have to they feel like they've been out in the cold, so for whatever reason. So I feel like he's going to be seen as, he's the type to invite people, to attract people to his light, or whatever it is. Interesting. Security. That sense of security. Yeah. Lots of energy building offensive. So this security one, I'm still trying to figure out what this. Can you tell me more about this? This sense of security. It's like he's shining a light in, and like people are just feeling uneasy there at the moment. He's got energy coming towards him. Is this that he will make people will feel more secure with him in office? He does have a fight ahead of him. Okay, he does have a fight ahead of him, but will he feel more? Will people in the state feel more secure with him? The Five of Swords. Defeat. I'm getting like this is how people are feeling. Defeated, insecure, rejected, and he's like a beacon, and yes, there's lots and lots of energy, but he's got a real fight ahead of him. Here with this. Okay, so we'll take those cards out. I'll shuffle the cards some more. So I've taken the bottom one off. Will Wesmore win the Will Wesmore become the governor of Maryland? He's going to stand up and fight. He's got a battle. Yes or no? I think he will, but it's not going to be easy. I think people are just feeling so downtrodden. They're finding it hard to even invest in elections at the moment. I think that they want to support the issues, the abortion and the voting rights and all that, but I don't feel like they need to have the economy. They need to be able to afford food and stuff. So they need to be shown. It's like they need proof that the Democrats are still going to be able to improve the economy, to overcome the food shortages, to get inflation down, to tackle the cost of living. They need reassurance that Democrats understand that, and they need to see action on that before they're willing to put all their faith in them. You need some advice, Shelby, Lisa. So, will the Democrats be able to, they at least want to see the Democrats make some headway with the economy, with inflation, with lowering prices. Will the Democrats be able to make some of that headway? Solving supply chain issues. Will the Democrats make some forward movement with that between now and the election? Have some success? Yes, there's hope. And this is a big issue, because this would go a long way towards swinging the election the Democrats' way. So there's some hope. Families need to be able to feed themselves. And help relieve some of the anxiety of just feeding your family. Will they make headway with, will they get prices down? Will they make headway, and will prices start coming down? Yes, they're working on it. They haven't stopped. They're not just working on one thing or the other. Price gouging. They're really going to go after the price gouging, not just with petrol and all that. But, if they can get diesel Diesel is the big one. Will they make headway with getting diesel down? If they can get the price of diesel down, that'll help with transport. Yes. Okay. Their efforts are going to start paying off soon. Yes, petrol's coming down, but diesel's still very high. Oh, my sweetie. That's really hard, isn't it? He's of an age to know his own choices, to know that he feels he needs to socialize and that it would help him in college. Going into college with no idea of how to socialize is probably not. Yeah. Hmm. Saved his money since he's been. He sounds like a very sensible young man. And he's a very good person to give advice on that. Okay. Is this thing that you're talking about, Shelby? Is this thing? Because I think that you brought your kids up to be really strong and understanding individuals, and I think they've got a really, really good core. Mm. I think you're making. I think him getting some social education will be really good for him, and he'll blossom. He'll blossom. Anyway. Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely check in with the school and check in with him and talk to him. And if he feels like he's uncomfortable in any way, just reassure him that he can do whatever he likes. But I think he feels that need to socialize, to feel like any other person, I guess. It can be hard, can't it, my darling? Anyway, it is 12:01. How's everyone doing with the heat over there? I, I think I saw a story earlier about a cool change coming to the UK. I think Pence is going to win out over Trump. I think people are going to go more for Pence's choices than Trump's now that he's picking up. That's just something that entered into my head. Hey, sexy hands.
Hey, baby.
Wave those hands at me.
I'm gonna...
No, don't wave that at me. Wave those hands.
Oh, not doing that.
But I'm not sure whether that's... There has been record heat over there. Yeah. High functioning Asperger's. Yeah. It looks like that there's a cool, there's definitely a cool change coming. In the Mediterranean area, it's in the low to high 30s, depending on where they are. Like Bern, they're still in the 30s in quite a bit, but then there's towards the northern part, there's I've got the weather online here. Babe, can you lower your voice a little bit? But then there's definitely some cool changes. It's still a bit high down in like Italy and Mediterranean and Greece. It's still up in the high 30s. But the 40 plus temperatures seem to be gone. Definitely cooling in across England and Dublin. Definitely a cooling trend happening. But Europe is still very high. England is down in the... Europe is still in the 30s, but places like Eastern Europe is starting to cool a bit. Western Europe is still in the 30s. Wednesday. I'm just looking at the map here for the predicted things. Still in, but as the week goes on, it's like Austria, Switzerland, Italy getting a bit lower. Greece is still quite high, but down into the lower 30s. So we're still hot, not super hot, but Greece is still very, very hot. And the Mediterranean area is still in the 30s. But definitely cooler in England. This is this is for the week ahead. Cooler trends Saturday. By Saturday, it'll be high 20s in over a lot of Europe. So cooling trends. I don't know what that's going to be like with America. This is a weather online. It's really good. 30s, 40s in Memphis in the south for the 24th, 30, 35 in Augusta, 38 down in the Texas area, Houston. Cooler up in Canada and all that. Yeah, definitely hot in the southern part of the Tennessee in the 30s. Yeah, definitely getting hotter during the week for you guys. Probably peaking Wednesday or Thursday, and then slightly cooling, but still up in the 30s for a lot of areas. In the 40s, like Boise, Idaho. So, yeah, definitely do everything you can to keep cool. Okay. 40s is Fahrenheit, not Fahrenheit, is centigrade. So that's like hot. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, possibly the next week, there's a possibility of things still hot, but a couple of degrees cooler. But yeah, really hot and stuff happening there. So, okay. Now, who's got a question? Do everything you can to keep cool, please. If you're in Texas, if you're in those southern states, it's going to get very unpleasant. If you can have the windows open and get some sort of a cross breeze happening, do everything you can to do that, even if it's just a couple of pedestal fans, just you know, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Would Richie Sunak put the brakes on the culture wars as a minority ethnic PM? No, I don't think he gives a care. Will the US senators stop denying climate change now that we have had such high temperatures in summer and spring? No. Those who deny it will continue to deny it because that's just, yeah. Those who are wavering, change. I mean, there are those who are open to seeing the evidence have always been open to seeing the evidence. They haven't seen enough yet, but they will change. But those who are just complete deniers will never change. Okay, so there's yeah. Monkeypox has been declared emergency or something. It's being put on a high list with the WHO. I can't remember what they declared it, but that will get in the grand scheme of things, it's still very much controllable and all that, and there's vaccines available for it. But how big of a problem is it going to get? It's more of a problem than people think. There's a lot of cases that are just hidden, not out in the open. Nine of Pentacles, but everything is there to deal with it. It's just in some regions getting like in a place like the United States and everything is there to deal with it. But distributing the resources to other places, will that improve? Yeah, Four of Swords. Okay, it is worrying, but that Four of Swords is like a retreat. I sort of thought like the graph going down. So I don't think it's quite at its peak yet, but is it nearing its peak? It's still an issue of worry. Yeah, they were justified in expressing their concerns about it. Okay. Oh, what did they say it was? I'm so, um, babe, can you lower your voice a little bit? Sorry, yelling. Um, so they're justified in the fears. Okay. But yeah, the Empress, the care that's needed, it's going to be able to spread that care. So while they're more justified than they think in, you know, putting this new spin on it. Um, I'm just looking up this story. Um, it's declared a global emergency by the World Health Organization. That's what they did. So that they were justified in doing that because it is an emergency, and it does require a bit more attention. It will get it. Knight of Cups. That's delivery of medicine. So it also by doing that, it sort of means I think that they can access some things to help. So will it hit its peak soon? Six of Cups. Yeah, I do feel it's going to hit its peak sometime in the next 6 months, I think, and then it will start declining. But again, I'm not a virologist. I'm just reading the cards, interpreting the card. Hi, Rolandi. Um, the moon. But there's still a few bumps, hidden icebergs to cause some problems. So, yeah, it's not going to go anywhere very quickly, but it will hit its I do feel like it does deserve some more attention. I don't they may be a little bit early, but I don't think too much early. It's not going to be like pandemic, like then they declare a lot of emergencies a lot of the time. But monkeypox is apparently it's sexually transmitted. So, and it's a nasty thing to get. So that's about all I know. Okay. Yeah, just another thing to deal with. Well, there's always things to deal with. And we can't, yeah. It's just raising the level of awareness. That it is an emergency, and that if they're not careful, it's out of hand, but it can get even more out of hand than it can. But I don't know much about monkeypox. I got the word sterilisation went through my head, so I don't know whether it can leave a person sterilised or not, because I don't know anything about it. So, but there's there's some areas where they might be even harder hit than currently. So. Just your situation. Yeah. Again, that's just, like I said, I don't know anything. Apparently it's sexually transmitted, but that was just from watching a story earlier. So I could have that wrong. Speaking of hotties, was a German medical journalist who said that, and he was hot. Yeah, it's a real fox. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Disease with high populations, disease happens, and especially in a population that overruns every other species on Earth, except maybe cockroaches and ants. Disease happens. Hi, Tammy A. Just, yeah, really puzzling sometimes. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I haven't done any single readings today. Tuesdays, I'm looking at Tuesdays to do some single card readings for people. But if you do want a reading, a full reading where you get individual an hour of my time, please email me at footprinttarot@gmail.com. And I'll let you know the various ways in which a reading can be done. And yeah, and you can get ask more than one question, or and you'd get so. Yeah, so if you do want that, you can email me. Members, I am working on a new video that you will get to see 48 hours before anybody else. And yeah, just take me time to get a thing up to speed there. Prayers and healing and loving energy to everybody. Please stay safe, stay strong, stay happy, stay healthy, stay loving and stay laughing. Laugh every day, and if you can, laugh with a stranger. Love you all. Bye-bye.